Hello everybody, welcome back to Blake's Den. So this is my response video to the 500 subscribers video I put out a few weeks back. So it was about 50-50, about half of you wanted to see a will it run on something enormous, which I am going to do, and the other half wanted question and answers. So I've decided, because I'm so nice, I'm going to do both of those. So yeah, the will it run video will probably come in about another few weeks. There's a few things I need to get in place before we can film that one, but it will definitely be happening. So yeah, thank you for everyone who commented and liked the video, and I really appreciate the support you give me on the channel. When you click subscribe, it doesn't cost you anything. It's not like subscribing to a magazine or to a TV service or a film service or anything like that. It's literally just you get notified when I upload the videos. But it also plays around with the YouTube algorithm in the background, so the more subs you have, the more your video gets promoted, and that's why I keep pushing to get those subscriber numbers up. So if you haven't subscribed and you're watching this, just press the button subscribe, click the little bell notification, and you'll be notified when all the videos come up. So right, let's get on to the questions and answers. So that's enough of me being in front of the camera. Okay, so in no particular order, somebody asked me, how do I keep motivated on a project like this? And yeah, it is quite hard actually. So I started working on this, I can't even remember, was it 2 years? Was it 3 years ago? And yeah, it's gone slow, but I'm in no rush to do it. I'm just doing this at my own pace. Yeah, I mean, I look at other mini restorations on YouTube and watch other channels and people do things a lot faster, but I'm learning as I go. I never set myself a deadline for this. I just do it at my own pace. I haven't done anything on it in quite some time, actually. So, I just go with the flow. The best thing to do, though, if I was to give anybody any advice, would be to break this down into small chunks. Because otherwise, you'll just look at it as an entirely rusty car and go, oh, how do I cope? So the first thing I did was to get the strength back in the body shell, did the sills, both sides, inner and outer sills, and floor repairs, and that enabled me to get it on my CJ Auto stand. Link below to that, and a link above to the video if you want to have a look at my review. So once I got the strength in, I could then tackle all the rest. So I had a really obvious big patch of rust on the wing, which necessitated a new wing. So I did that next. And then I just worked my way around, really. I did the front end panels, not the bonnet yet. Did the headlamp surrounds, inner wing, A panel, and then worked to the back and just got the subframe off, which was quite an achievement. It's still over there, rusty. And yeah, just set yourself a realistic target. Like this weekend, I want to, I don't know, remove all the lights from the car. I want to remove that side window. I want to make all the patches to repair the sill. And just keep it as small, more manageable tasks to keep yourself on target. Also as well, I've got a notice board, as you've seen, or MGB bonnet, where I make notes on and saying jobs what I need to do and things I need to do. So that helps keep me motivated as well. But ultimately, it's whatever you want it to be. You can put as little or as much effort in as you want and just do it at your own pace. I mean, you are yourself. Don't, because somebody else is doing it faster, doesn't mean they're doing it better. Just do it at whatever pace suits you. I had another question saying, how do I ensure that the body shell was square and all the repairs I make are square to the car when I'm doing it? And that's actually a really good question. You've got to remember, it's a Mini at the end of the day. It's lived a life. It's had a few bumps along the way. They're not perfect. Not many cars are perfect. A lot of them came out of the factory not even square. So, I mean, when you watch the Bad Obsession Motorsport guys, they're really obsessive in getting their car perfectly square and everything level. And that's fine. It's going to have well over 300 horsepower in four-wheel drive. And it needs to handle spot on. But when you've only got 40 horsepower and two-wheel drive, it's a bit less of an issue, really. But nevertheless, how I've kept this square is by doing the work in stages. So I could have quite easily ripped off both the inner and outer sills on both sides. But if you do that, you lose all the strength in the body panel. Your body's only held together by the roof. So if you did that, the car, you imagine was flat like that, would sag like that. One way around that is you can weld in bracing bars, particularly if you need to replace your floor. But I didn't do that. I just did it one bit at a time to ensure that the body shell stayed square. As for the other bits I've put on, like the front end, how do I tell that's in the right place, and how do I tell the wing was in the right place? A lot of it's just by eye, to be honest, and by feel. So, you know, there's a lip here, just rubbing over it by hand, thinking, yeah, that feels about right. It looks right as well. The alignment on the wheel arch there, the lip coming round, how it meets the front. So, some of it's by eye. I'm no expert, as I keep saying that. I'm not a mechanic. I'm not a body panel fitter or a panel beater or anything like that. I'm just doing a lot of this by eye in what I think feels right. Also, what I forgot to say is use good quality parts. So that is the Heritage rear valance I've got to go on. The Heritage panels are much better quality than the Magnum pattern parts. They feel thicker, the nicer finish, a lot better. I used the pattern part for the front end, but that's only because I was chopping it up and wasn't sure what I was going to do. I think if I was doing it again, I'd buy a full front end genuine Heritage part and fit that. I had another question as well, saying where do my tools come from? Which is quite a good question, really. So I've got quite a mix of tools. So I've got things like the CJ Autos lift and the Artec IGBT MiG 180, which I bought brand new. So I'll put some links below for those. A lot of the tools I've got are also second-hand. So they've come from friends and relatives and eBay. So, you know, if I open up my drawer here, I've got loads of old clamps and old pliers. I've got my ancient tin snips, which is super sharp. I've also got absolutely tons and tons of sockets. So if I have a look in my socket cupboard, the red one's a Clark socket set, the orange one's a Britool socket set, the blue box is full of spanners. I've got loads more spanners and tools there. And I've got my tool boards as well, which have got lots of tools on. So things like the set squares, they were second hand, torque wrench and breaker bar, they were brand new, mold grips second hand, hacksaw second hand, spanners were new. So I mean, sometimes it's best to buy new. If you buy like the Halfords professional range, they've got a lifetime guarantee on them. Things like Britool as well, lifetime guarantee. So sometimes it's best to buy new, but if you can't afford it, there's nothing wrong with second-hand kit as long as you're sensible when you buy it. Also as well, places like Lidl and Aldi actually have some good offers on tools. So this is the Parkside Impact Gun 20 volt I got from Lidl. It was about £60 on offer or something. And it's an unbelievable tool. It's really, really, really good. Battery lasts forever. It's super powerful, 400 Newton meters. Does everything that I needed to do. And yeah, excellent purchase. Another great second-hand tool I've got is this Colchester Chipmaster lathe from 1956 or 57, I can't remember, it's the first year of production. I got this through a friend, absolute bargain. It hasn't made an appearance yet on the channel, but it's a great piece of kit, so I'm just doing some eccentric turning on it at the moment. Fantastic. It'll certainly outlast me. It's nearly 70 years old anyway, and it's still going strong. Another question I got asked specifically about Project Designer is how much has it cost me so far? So I do have a spreadsheet to track costs. I just find it useful because I can put part numbers on there, and particularly if I've bought something a long time ago and I've forgotten about it, I can just check whether I've got it or not. So we're currently about £500 we've spent on parts and little bits and pieces, plus the cost of buying the car. I bought the car in 2015, 2015 or was it, no, 2016. And since then, minis have shot up in value. There's still some big costs to come. I'm going to need a new subframe. Heritage subframe's £500. I'm thinking about going down a refurbished genuine route instead, which is about the same price as a pattern one of about 250, but better quality. So yeah, not a massive spend so far here. I mean, what that doesn't include is consumables, things like paint, grinding discs, welding gas, and MIG wire and things like that, because I had those in stock anyway, and I use them on other projects. So it was unfair to map that cost against this project alone. So I also got asked about the other vehicles on my fleet. So you will all seen my Mini Cooper MPI. It was in my first video I did on the channel. That's fine, running fine. Been out enjoying it in the summer. Should be coming out this weekend. Incidentally, I've owned that car 12 years this year. So it's the longest I've ever owned a car, and I don't think I'll ever get rid of it. So we've got Project Designer, which you all know about, going very slowly. My Turner Ranger, still here, still gets used every so often. Absolutely amazing bit of kit. I love it. I think it's fantastic. Through my videos, it's put me in touch with so many other owners of these. I've actually tracked down 21 other Turner Rangers, or Cala Rangers, because it was a mix of the two, including one of the prototypes. So considering I only made about 250 in total, that's like nearly 10% of a production run. So yeah, really happy with that. As for the cars, I've still got my Subaru Forester XTEN. So that's 2.5 litre turbo, 230 horsepower, top of the range model. By the time this video goes live, that will be gone. I'm just not using it. I've just put it through an MOT, and yeah, I'm mainly using my Santa Fe. So again, if you haven't seen this video, Santa Fe was parked up for about 7 years, and I got it working. 32,000 miles it's on now, and it's proven to be an excellent car. Just a car you can just use and just throw things in the back and not worry about it all. So that's about it for the fleet update. I didn't cover the mowers, so I've still got the Westwood Gazelle W11. I've decided to rest that for a bit. I've bought something a bit more modern, a bit more reliable, and I'll probably rebuild the engine on the Westwood over the winter. And I've got the Baumwein dirt bike as well. I still haven't learned to ride it properly. A bit scared of it. It's one of my most popular videos on YouTube. I don't know why. Maybe I've just hit it right, the length and the tags I've got on it. But yeah, I should really learn to ride that. There is another vehicle joining the fleet very soon. I've been working on it secretly behind the scenes for about 9 months, 10 months or so. So fingers crossed that should be making an appearance within 4 or 5 weeks on the channel. Very exciting, I'm sure you'll like it. Also as well, 100% I'll do the Will It Run on the massive thing, because quite a lot of you guys wanted to see that. And I quite enjoy doing the Will It Runs as well. So we'll get that done. So yeah, thanks again. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye for now.